Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Please remain standing while I invite the Water Boys to sing our national anthem. Please be seated. Good afternoon. It is my pleasure to welcome you all to the 104th Convocation of the University of Waterloo. This is our 104th Convocation. I also bring greetings and regrets from our Chancellor, who couldn't be with us today. He's been presiding over our convocation ceremony since Wednesday, but there was an emergency. He couldn't be with us today. He'll be back tomorrow. In the meantime, I have the pleasure of assuming his duties as well in my capacity as Vice Chancellor. Here at Waterloo, each convocation is a celebration of the achievements of our graduates. And this afternoon, we celebrate with those graduates in the Faculty of Mathematics. On behalf of the Board of Governors and the Senate of the University, I should like to express congratulations and best wishes to all who will graduate this afternoon. Please savor every minute of today's ceremony and the celebrations that will follow with your circle of family and friends. Today is a rite of passage to an exciting future where you can apply knowledge, share your expertise, or continue learning. I also welcome the families and guests of the graduating students. Your presence today is a tangible demonstration of your support and commitment to their success. We will begin with the conferring of honorary degrees and titles on individuals who have distinguished themselves in the academy. We will then confer bachelor's, master's, and doctorate degrees. Finally, medals will be awarded to graduating students who have excelled in their studies. The proceedings will take about less than 2 hours, and we ask you that you remain in your places until convocation is adjourned and the academic procession has left the convocation hall. The ceremony blends certain age-old university rites and protocols with a spirit of informality which characterizes Waterloo. We trust that it will be an occasion to enjoy, an occasion to remember. I offer my congratulations, and as you move on from Waterloo, I challenge you. Take risks, be unconventional, but do not forget that honesty, integrity, and strength of character should be the driving force in all that you do. Thank you and welcome again.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present Zvi Galil. Zvi Galil is one of the world's most prominent scholars in the area of string matching. He received his Bachelor and Master's of Science degrees in Applied Mathematics from Tel Aviv University, both summa cum laude, and his PhD in Computer Science in 1975 from Cornell University under John Hopcroft. Professor Galil's work has led the field of string matching for more than a quarter of a century. String matching is a theoretical domain that laid the basis for numerous applications, including web searches and DNA matching. Professor Galil has made numerous contributions to other fields within theoretical computer science, including graph algorithms, automata theory, parallel algorithms, sorting, communication complexity, and cryptography. Professor Galil has contributed significantly to the theoretical computer science community and to the academic community at large. From 1983 to 87, he was chair of the Association for Computing Machinery Special Interest Group in Theory of Computing Science. He also served on numerous editorial boards, including Journal of the Association for Computing Machinery, Journal of Algorithms, Society of Industrial and Applied Mathematics, Journal on Computing. Professor Galil has served as a faculty member, administrator, and administrator at various institutions, including terms as the Dean of the Fu Foundation School of Engineering and Applied Science at Columbia University and as president of Tel Aviv University. He is currently Dean of Computing at the Georgia Institute of Technology. His administrative service has been characterized by his adherence to the principles of fairness, natural justice, and academic freedom. Professor Galil is fellow of the Association for Computing Machinery, the National Academy of Engineering, and the American Academy of Arts and Sciences. Mr. Vice Chancellor, in recognition of his outstanding contributions to the theoretical computer science community, I request you confer the degree Doctor of Mathematics, honoris causa, upon Zvi Galil. I now invite Dr. Zvi Galil to address the convocation.
Class of 2012, congratulations, you've made it. I also congratulate all the people who have helped you get here, and some are here with us. Your parents, your families, your friends, and your teachers. I'm sure they are also very happy to see you graduate today. Looking at the degrees awarded in this convocation, whether you meant to do it or not, you are graduating with some of the job market's most favorite degrees. So if I made one statistical prediction today, I'd say that with high probability, each and every one of you will be successful. 3 months ago, I received an email. It told me I would receive an honorary doctorate in mathematics from the University of Waterloo. I asked myself, is it real? Perhaps somebody is pulling my leg. It looked real, and I was thrilled. I have known the University of Waterloo as a first-rate university, especially in my field, computer science. The university has been home for famous scientists like Jack Edmonds and Ian Monroe. It produced What4, one of the first world's compilers, and it has minted some very successful PhDs who are now teaching in some of the best universities, including my own, Georgia Tech. One of those PhDs now at MIT went on to win one of the MacArthur's Genius Awards. Another one who is teaching at Stanford was so incredibly successful at starting companies that now Waterloo's computer science department bears his name. I'm humbled by this great honor, and it gives me great pleasure to share it with John Dennis, who was my teacher at Cornell almost 40 years ago. That was the good part of the email, but it had a second part which presented me with a problem. It asked me to give the convocation address. I'm probably the wrong person to deliver such an address. First, these addresses usually give advice to the graduates, but I'm quite a poor advice giver. Both times I tried to give advice to my son, he just shook his hand and laughed, so I stopped. Then once I tried to give advice to a PhD student of mine, and he promptly ignored it. What's wrong with my advice, I asked my wife, and she also shook her head and laughed. So I've learned to be cautious about dispensing advice. The second reason is that these addresses are usually quite boring and only slightly original. But I couldn't say no. So I decided to be very original by taking that last step and being completely unoriginal. I'll give you an old commencement speech, which is my favorite. It is known as the 1997 MIT Commencement Speech by Kurt Vonnegut, a famous author. There are a number of problems with it. The 1997 commencement address was given by Kofi Annan, the Secretary General of the United Nations, and to the best of my knowledge, Vonnegut's address was not given anywhere. It was written by Mary Schmidt, a Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist from Chicago. Here it is. Ladies and gentlemen of the class of 2012, wear sunscreen. If I could offer you only one tip for the future, sunscreen would be it. The long-term benefits of sunscreen have been proved by scientists, whereas the rest of my advice has no basis more reliable than my own mindering experience. I will dispense this advice now. Enjoy the power and beauty of your youth. Oh, never mind. You will not understand the power of beauty of your youth until they have faded. But trust me, in 20 years, you look back at the photos of yourself and recall in a way you can't grasp now how much lay before you and how fabulous you really looked. You're not as fat as you imagine. Don't worry about the future. Or worry, but know that worrying is as effective as trying to solve an algebra equation by chewing bubble gum. The real troubles in your life are apt to be things that never crossed your worried mind, the kind that blindside you at 4 p.m. on some idle Tuesday. Do one thing every day that scares you. Sing. Don't be reckless with other people's hearts. Don't put up with people who are reckless with yours. Floss. Don't waste your time on jealousy. Sometimes you're ahead, sometimes you're behind. The race is long, and in the end, it's only with yourself. Remember compliments you receive. Forget the insults. If you succeed doing this, tell me how. Keep your old love letters, throw away your old bank statements. Stretch. Don't feel guilty if you don't know what you want to do with your life. The most interesting people I know didn't know at 22 what they wanted to do with their lives. Some of the most interesting 4-year-olds I know still don't. Get plenty of calcium. Be kind to your knees. You'll miss them when they're gone. Maybe you'll marry, maybe you won't. Maybe you'll have children, maybe you won't. Maybe you'll divorce at 40. Maybe you'll dance the funky chicken on your 75th wedding anniversary. Whatever you do, don't congratulate yourself too much or berate yourself either. Your choices are half chance, so are everybody else's. Enjoy your body. Use it everywhere you can. Don't be afraid of it or what other people think of it. It's the greatest instrument you'll ever own. Dance, even if you have nowhere to do it but your living room. Read the directions, even if you don't follow them. Do not read beauty magazines. They will make you feel ugly. Get to know your parents. You never know when they'll be gone for good. Be nice to your siblings. They are your best link to your past and the people most likely to stick with you in the future. Understand that friends come and go, but with a precious few, you should hold on. Work hard to bridge gaps in geography and lifestyle, because the older you get, the more you need the people who knew you when you were young. Live in New York City once, but leave before it makes you hard. Live in Northern California once, but leave before it makes you soft. Travel. Accept certain inalienable truths. Prices will rise, politicians will philander, you too will get old. And when you do, you'll fantasize that when you were young, prices were reasonable, politicians were noble, and children respected their elders. Respect your elders. Don't expect anyone else to support you. Maybe you have a trust fund. Maybe you'll have a wealthy spouse. But you never know when either one might run out. Don't mess too much with your hair, or by the time you're 40, it will look 85. Be careful whose advice you buy, but be patient with those who supply it. Advice is a form of nostalgia. Dispensing it is a way of fishing the past from the disposal, wiping it off, painting over the ugly parts, and recycling it for more than it's worth. But trust me on the sunscreen. Finally, and this word finally is perhaps the most popular word in convocation addresses, I want to tell you a short story told by the late Jerome Wisner, who was the president of MIT in the 1970s. One day he met an alum who told him, "You gave me a great advice during graduation, which helped make me quite successful." Wisner asked the alum, "What advice did I give you?" And the alum answered, "Move on, move on." And I did move on. So I wish you all to move on, be successful, but make sure you also have fun, both in work and in life. Good luck.
So now you see how we pick our alumni. That was just fabulous, Professor. And welcome to the Waterloo family. And also, thank you for allowing us to give our first degree of this convocation to such an incredible member of our family. So, graduates, you're here for something today, and it would be useful if you would all stand. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I present those scholars who have fulfilled the statutory requirements laid down by the Senate of the University that they may be admitted to their various and several degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in the University, I hereby admit you to your various and several degrees, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations.
Thank you. You may be seated. For those of you that are wondering, we're not quite done yet. And in fact, it's my pleasure to invite Ian Charlesworth to come forward and give the valedictory speech.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, members of the Convocation, fellow graduates, ladies and gentlemen, mathematics. We all know the responses strangers give us when they hear that we study mathematics. Oh, you must like numbers, or I was never very good at math. Sometimes, if we're lucky, they remember a word from high school and try to use it to impress us. Man, those hypotenuses, eh? Yet here we stand, after years of study into that vast and elegant field, and we know that mathematics isn't really about numbers or calculus or C++ or random variables any more than physics is about voltmeters and pendulums, or biology is about feathers and leaves. Mathematics is about something far deeper, something more fundamental. Truth and reason, the search for patterns, and the means of applying these to the world. Never forget that feeling of accomplishment, that drive to solve the problem, to understand the incomprehensible, for that is what makes us what we are. And what are we? Mathematicians. We are the graduating class of the University of Waterloo Faculty of Mathematics in the year 2012. We're some of the best and brightest minds of our generation, ready to set out into the world. We have been tested, we have been taxed, we have been tormented, and yet we have prevailed. Take a moment and let that sink in. We have succeeded. Each and every one of us leaves here today triumphant. It wasn't easy by any means. I remember, as I'm sure you all do, those frantic hours just before the deadline trying to finish that assignment. The time spent cramming for that one exam I hadn't quite studied enough for. That feeling of relief at the end of term when the last exam was finally over. I remember also the good times we had here. The friends we made, the parties we crashed or avoided like the plague, the services, teams, clubs, orchestras, and societies that we became a part of and that became a part of us. The week of exhaustion and solid chaos that was orientation. The feeling of accomplishment, knowing that yes, I can live on my own and take care of myself. Of course, it's only fair to give credit where credit is due. So I'd like to take a moment to thank everyone who brought us here, our parents and families who gave us loving support and advice, the faculty who taught us not just the course materials but also to find passion in what we do, everyone else at the university who made this a place we can call home, and most of all, our friends who gave us shoulders to cry on, sympathetic ears to vent to, relief from the stress before it became too much, and an escape from the ever-increasing workload. Remember your friends. Don't leave them behind when you go out into the world. We're gathered here today for one last time before we all walk our separate paths. Some of us will go on to further study and remain in academics. Some of us will go out into industry and become the drive behind the next big startup. Some of us will change fields entirely, becoming doctors or lawyers or politicians. Yet we are, one and all, mathematicians. Never forget that drive, that need to succeed, for that is what brought us here and what makes us who we are. Each and every one of you has the ability to do great things, to change the world for the better, and I charge you all, keep looking for problems and for solutions. Keep asking why. Keep that spirit of mathematics alive, and there's nothing you cannot accomplish. I think it fitting now to end in the same spirit we started university with, echoing orientation week when we were all gathered before the intimidating professor, unsure of who we were and whether we would survive. Look to your left. Look to your right. Of the three of you, all deserve to be here, and I wish you the best luck now and forever. Thank you.
Today is a really great day. And as you've already heard from the previous speakers, it's because you are about to graduate from one of the premier institutions in the world and from one of the absolute best math faculties anywhere. You started on a journey of a lifetime by making an excellent choice to come to the University of Waterloo. And all of us at the university have benefited from you being here, from learning from you, from getting to know you, from working with you. You have kept our standards high for student achievement and made us proud. The choices you make today will be the life you lead tomorrow. The true benefit of your Waterloo education is still ahead of you. As my colleagues before me have said, I think it's really important that you recognize that there's been a whole community of people around you that extends well beyond those of us here at the University of Waterloo. Each of them have played an important role and a key role in your journey. Graduates, let the circle be unbroken, and join me as I ask your families, your parents, your grandparents, your spouses, your partners to please rise. And let's thank them. Families, thank you. Okay, you can sit down now. Thank you. Okay, we're about ready to start presenting the degrees, but before that, a couple logistic comments. I'm guessing that many of you will want to take photographs today, and if you do, if you would please exit the Convocation Hall in the door on my right at the far corner, come down the hall. There's a wonderful spot up here in front for you to take your photographs. Then when you're done, if you just reverse your path back to your seat, that would be wonderful. Graduates, in respect to your colleagues, if you could return to your seats as quickly as possible after receiving your degrees, that would be appreciated. And now, Mr. Vice Chancellor, I invite Associate Dean McKinnon to the podium to begin to present the degrees.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, I now present to you the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Computer Science University Honors Program. Adam Clark, Andrew Codd, Song Ji. Claire de Valence, Adam Fair, Shun Gong. Jeffrey Kayan Hung, Aigerin Kambetbayeva, Alexei Kozhevnikov. Gilbert King Fai Leung, Jia Li, Yang Yu. Xin Lu, Samuel George McPherson, Yichang Nye. Justin Michael Reardon, Yamin Joshua Shabtai, Chitranshu Kumar Srivastava. Michael H. Su, Guo Cheng Tan, Punit Suri Turunagari. Weiran Shu, Weiqian Drang, Yang Shu Drang. Wen Li Drew. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor. I now present to you the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Computer Science, University Honors Cooperative Program. Joshua Alcorn, Andrew Jordan Alkema, Ivan Taich. Ho Tak Chak, Sarah Sehua Chan, Zishao Chang. Ri-Rong Chen, William Alexander Chen, Harry Sipe Cheng. Xiong Chak Cheng, Zizquen Ching, Derek Cohen. Alan Dam, Chi Ding, Yunjan Ding. Krzysztof Rafał Guzniewski, Amanda Joyce Carolyn Etherton, James Allen Gleason. Chantel Gomez, Joshua Thomas Grön, Aidan Hanley. Yan Chi Hao, Glenn Jeffrey Hartman, Shi Hu. Kevin Huang, Kaiwalya Joshi, Woong Bing Khan. Amanda Danielle Kame, Tamim Alam Khan, Andrew Kaiwa Kong. Philip Richard Trinitsky, Daria Kurilova, Edmund Lau. Raymond Lee, Vance Lee, Gwyneth Nora Mae Leith. Jonathan Leung, Mark Leung, Bing Jin Lee. Jason Lee, Chenen Liang, Xueting Liu. Gabriel Liu, Sylvain Loranger, Kyle Paul Lovelace. Michael Thomas Lubert, Filbert Manswen Ma, Andre Gomez Magalash. Gregory McTaggart, Anthony Manluang Mok, Troy Molnar. Joshua Pantony, Sam Pasupalak, Andrew Ryan Phillips. Rebecca Jean Putinsky, Paul Eric Robertson, Ross Robinson. Dan Samarju, Michael Robert Serge Scott, Michael Paul Simard. Andrew Song, Kelsey Ann Stemler, Stanislo Tyler Cepesi. James Tink, Xing Yun Tse, Xiang Po Yu. Vikas Unnava, Michelle Sweat Ying Wai, David Walker. Jim Wang, Kai Yi Wang, Jansen Scott Webster. Kai Le Wen, Stephen Whitmore, Kevin Mark Wilms. Christopher Wong, Dixon Wu, Xiangning Xiao. Karen Jieru Xie, Xinyang Man Ye. Terry Yu, Xingchen Yu, Yang Kun Yuan. Han Tian Zhao, Xinyi Zhao, Wenqi Zhou. Hai Zhu. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, may I present to you the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Mathematics, University Honors Program. Olutunda Agbula, Syed Muhammad Ali, Ryan Brown, Ryan Shung Chi Chan, Wilson Chi Tua Chan, Ya Ting Chang. Long Xin Chen, Yu Shu Chen, Min Sun Chun. Yang Gu, Patrick Gornitz, Chun Yan Guo. K1 He, Dane Samuel Lightheart Henschel, Bin Hong. Jing Shan Huang, Andrew Kenneth Hudson, Ran Ji. Zhe Jun Jiang, Alexander William Johnson, Silky Kim. Tracy C. Link Koo, Joseph Lackey, Daniel Lau. Jia Li, Ka Ho Li, Sui Yi Li. Yan Ling Li, Yi Hung Li, Li Lin. Min Jui Mei Liu, Xiao Yu, Ivan Minokin. Ji Hyun Mok, Yua Yi Mu, Shalini Naresh Nagrani. Sarah Shuk Hua Nyan, Xiao Ni, Derek Chun Hung Pang. Sang Mi Park, Ji Chiang Pung, Vishnu Samanth Pathugunta. Kenny Raharjo, Blair Rose, Jun Kai Shan. Guran Jot Singh, Romeo Standersky Dubiasi, Mark Anthony Stewart. Kahir Suleiman, Carmen Tam, Fahad Khan Tareen. Shun Wei Cao, Zhu Jing Wang, Kai Wang. Shang Si Wang, Shi Yu Wang, Zi Yu Wang. Zi Shi Wu, Chun Hui Xia, Lan Yan. Xiao Yu Yan, Jun Yang, Jillian Chi Ling Yun. Pu Yuan, Duan Yang Zhang, Ji Shuo Zhang. Xu Qi Zhang, Xi Zhang, Yi Chun Zhao. Xin Yuan Zheng, Ying Kong Zheng, Si Yao Zhu. Xiao Dan Zhu. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor. I now present to you the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Mathematics, University Honors Co-op Program. Archit Agnihotri, Carolyn Augusta, Pavel Bakilau. Jeffrey David Baer. Jeffrey is also the recipient of the Samuel Eckler Medal for the highest standing in actuarial science. Tian Yi Tsai, Damien Campino, Danine Cardiff. Kevin Ho Kin Chan, Ian Lorne Charlesworth, Kai Chen. Yu Ting Chen, Eric Chung, Christine Wei Wei Chi. Sammy Y. Fei Chiu, Yin Dennis Cho, Puneet Dillon. Ho Lin Dong, Chun Yang Fan, Kevin Farnworth. Roman Finkelstein, Jing Jing Gai, Nicholas Edward Greco. Yuan Yuan Gu, Jua Ho, Logan Thiran Kanasan. Muhammad Kamal Akbar Khan, Byum Jun Kim, Attila Kiss. Katrina Lee Kite, Julia Costa, Andrew Kum Sion. Chun Hung Michael Kwan, Kira Camille Levine, Chun Hei Leung. Aileen Lee, Jun Lai Lee, Lin Ji Lee. Chen Liang, Yun Feng Liu, Zi Qing Liu. Anson Ming Hin Lo, Eric Louis, Jin Lu. Chuk Him Davis Louis, Cassandra Alexis Luong, Gordon Ma. Eric. Jiani Ma, Claire Ho Ting Mok, Jonathan Yip Wai Ng. Shin Yeer Ng, Shin Jo Ung, Jennifer Han Nguyen. Hardik Patel, Catherine Chuan, Rui Rao. Muhammad Ali Ritzi, Bowen Shang, Yihan Shi. Francis Chun Kyu Xiu, Kelsey Roberta Steves, Robert Suderman. Ali Syed, Pius C. Chun Tang, Niraj Epan Thomas. Michelle Ting, Eric Carl Trakoff, Anna So Yin Sui. Shruti Ved, Matthew Visser, Chen Bo Wan. Lisa Wong, Run Xian Wong, Yan Wong. Yifan Wang, Jian Wei, Hin Wang. Francis Yu Ken Wu, Michelle Wu, Jian Xia. Yun Chiao Yang, Brian Yip, Terrence Yu. Shi Yao Zhang, Si Kang Zhang, Yun Fei Zhang. Han Shun Zhou. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, may I present to you the candidates for the degree Master of Health Informatics. Ming Yi Angela Chang. Mr. Vice Chancellor, may I present to you the candidates for the degree Master of Mathematics. Jason Bai, Andre M. Carrington, Jing Yuan Chen, Suning Chang, Calvin Chong, Mina Hani Fathi Farid, Clara Ines Forero Swancha, Jong Guo, Yin Guo, Shi Han, Hannah Kasamiaka, Chanwei Lai, Zihan Lee, Fang Yuan Lin, Wenjia Lin. Meng Lu, Jin Chiu, Robin Dennis Forchuk Smith. Kellen Warren Stefan, David Andrew Steiner, Wei Wen Tang. Bo Wang, Yan Wang, Ying Wu. Lian Yang, Daniel Yim, Wenye Yu. Yang Yu, Yushin Yu. Mr. Vice Chancellor, may I present to you the candidates for the degree Master of Quantitative Finance. Wen Jun Chai, Michel Anton Forde, Jiao Yu Guan. Bing Liu, Lei Wan, Yushi Wang. Dan Xu. Mr. Vice Chancellor, may I present to you the candidates for the degree Doctor of Philosophy. Can Akınlabi Akınyemi. Babak Ali Panahi Ramandi. Andrew Curtis. Oana Mihaela Danila. Richard John. Min Ji. Alma Lisbeth Juarez Dominguez. Patrick Kling. Somaye Moazeni. Mona Mojde. Long Yang Wu. Chen Zhang. Mr. Chancellor, I now request you to confer in absentia the various and several degrees upon those candidates who were approved by Senate but who were unable to be present at today's convocation.
I confer these degrees in absentia.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, I now invite Mark Giesbrecht to announce the name of the winner of the J. Wesley Graham Medal in Computing and Innovation.
J. Wesley Graham, one of the founders of the Faculty of Mathematics, was responsible more than any other person for Waterloo becoming synonymous with computing and computer science throughout the world. He established teams of experts that created software for which the university is renowned. He established the model under which numerous companies have commercialized university research and innovation. In his honor, the university established in 2005 the J.W. Graham Medal in Computing and Innovation to recognize annually the graduate who exemplifies the quality shown by Professor Graham. The 2012 recipient of the J.W. Graham Medal is Stephen Michael Watt. Stephen Watt has always walked between industry, university, and government since graduating from the University of Waterloo in the mid-1980s. During his PhD, he was an original member of the Maple Project and of the group that formed MapleSoft. He joined IBM Research in Yorktown Heights in 1984 and became a leader in one of the most innovative computer algebra systems ever, the Axiom Project and the Alder compiler. In 1996, Stephen joined INRIA, the French National Research Institute on Computing and Applied Mathematics. There he put together two major industry university consortia for software development involving companies like NAG, Springer Verlag, and funded by the European Union for millions of euros. Among other things, this work provided some of the central ideas in MathML, which has been adopted by the W3C as a standard for the exchange of mathematics on the web. Stephen returned to Canada in 1997 as chair of the Computer Science Department at the University of Western Ontario, where he led the department through a dramatic expansion. He continues today at Western as a distinguished university professor. In 1998, he joined the board of directors at MapleSoft and helped hire the key people who took the company into several important automotive contracts with Toyota and ultimately to its friendly acquisition by the engineering firm Cybernet Systems, from which MapleSoft is now a thriving subsidiary. Stephen joined the board of directors at Descartes Systems Group in 2001. The company hit a significant crisis in 2003 as Stephen took over as chairman. Under his chairmanship of the board, Descartes made a highly successful turnaround, becoming profitable for the first time and then growing and thriving until this day. Stephen Watt has exactly the qualities we seek in the Graham Medal winner. He has a strong business record as a leader and a fixer at MapleSoft and Descartes. He has reshaped the computer science department at a leading Canadian university. He is an eminent researcher in symbolic computation, the technology of which MapleSoft is based. And finally, he has created and continues to create transformative industry-university collaborations. Mr. Vice Chancellor, in recognition of his remarkable achievements as a graduate of the Faculty of Mathematics, I request that you present the J.W. Graham Medal in Computing and Innovation to Stephen Michael Watt.
The University of Waterloo is proud to have been invited to award the Governor General's Silver Medal for Academic Merit. 3 silver medals are being presented at convocation ceremonies this week to graduates who achieve the highest standing in the bachelor's program in the university. One of these medals will be presented now. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I request that you present the Governor General's Silver Medal for 2012 to Jeffrey David Baer, who graduates with a Bachelor of Mathematics Honors Co-op in Actuarial Sciences.
It has been a great afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we owe a big round of applause to our newest graduating class. I am delighted to add my welcome and congratulations to those of others on this day, when the lives of all of us will begin to change in dramatic, unique, and uplifting ways. Graduates, you met the very high standards of this fine university, which for the past 20-some years has been ranked as the most innovative and best overall university in Canada. Why? Because we owe it to our outstanding faculty, who enjoy the highest praises for innovative research and teaching, and outstanding students like you, who meet the highest standards of admission before excelling in their studies. Let me share some figures with you. Over 38% of our incoming class, they come to this university with 90+ high school average. We are blessed to have these students here. And what do we do with them? One of the measures we use is how many of these students are successful in getting postgraduate scholarships. It is a nationwide competition. It is a very, very tough competition. And I'm proud to say that the University of Waterloo students, on a per-student basis, they achieved the highest number of graduate awards in the country. Graduates, for us, you are the long-anticipated book chapter that we have been writing for you for several years. Every individual on this campus, from your professors to the technicians in plant operations, has been involved in one way or another in preparing that text. Faculty have been exploring new areas of knowledge to ensure that you have access to what is most recently known about what you're to study. Staff members, advisors, counselors have been making sure that you had adequate support. Everyone here, directly or indirectly, had something to do in ensuring that you will be here today. While much of this activity might not have been all that visible to you before, it will matter a good deal after today. Living your lives either just in downtown Waterloo or thousands of kilometers away from here, you will find that the reputation of this place means a good deal to you. Your degree from Waterloo will be validated or undermined by how faithfully we focus on planning the future of this 55-year-old, relatively young university. By now, let me share a few thoughts with you that you are probably very proud of yourself, and you should be, and you think that we went through this fabulous education. We know everything there is to be known. Well, let me challenge you a little bit. First, let me give you your very last lesson here at this university. You may be coming back for more graduate work, but let's assume that this is the last lesson of the day. So I'm going to leave you with 3 thoughts. The first one is, take pride in your university. For most of you, this is the beginning of your full-time working lives. But for all of you, this is the new beginning of your relationship with your university. The University of Waterloo has sought to combine the best in the humanities, science, and technology in a way that is relevant to the lives of Canadians in a rapidly changing world. In our short history, as I said, we have become one of the best universities in Canada and proudly stand among the top globally. I'm often asked if I enjoy what I do. And I look at the person who's asking me this question with amazing, as if, what kind of question is this? Of course I do, but I take my time. But my answer is quite simple, because I'm absolutely convinced that of all the influences and factors that might have an impact on the future well-being of society, few are as important as our capacity to advance knowledge and enhance understanding. We call it education. It can create cures, save lives, reduce conflict, remedy inequities and economic disparities. Let me share another very pleasant experience with you. Yesterday, we honored a very special person with an honorary degree, Reverend Schroeder, who received an honorary degree from us yesterday. Reverend Schroeder is an ordained priest and a medical doctor who spent most of his life helping others and setting up a clinic and a hospital in Peru. His words were, he had tremendous respect for discovery, but to him, discoveries were meaningless unless they helped reduce inequity. Those are very meaningful words, and we all learn from this. For most of all, at the highest and most satisfying level, education can help us create a fulfilling life. It is that very power that motivates us all to be here today and to welcome you onto this stage of learning, where you start making our future and become our leaders. So my second lesson or thought to you is to be proud of your own achievements. The years you have spent here have been challenging, as was beautifully articulated by our valedictorian. This befits the rigors of course, university education, and specifically the University of Waterloo education. To reach this point, you have all faced difficulties, stresses, successes, and setbacks. Today, we share the first fruits of your dedication. Our goal at Waterloo has been to prepare you for what lies ahead, and you have been the most significant contributor to that goal. Through your own hard work, your dedication, and in the building of lasting friendships, you have made it here. The completion and achievement of a degree, however, is not the end of the journey. Far from it. When I was talking to our recent PhDs here, I recall my own days as a graduate student and my early conversation with my supervisor, who was anxious, he said, to learn from me. And to my amazement, I looked at him and I said, what could you possibly learn from me? I came here to learn from you. And in his own words, his answer was that he always doubted whether he knew enough. If that doubt is absent from you, and if it ever leaves you in the future, that will mean your education have failed you. So, as you begin the next chapter in your journey of discovery, I want you to recall the words of philosopher and poet George Santayana, who wrote, "The wisest mind has something yet to learn." I hope that when you leave Waterloo, you will say confidently, as so many great scholars and achievers before have said, I have learned finally how little I know. I hope that Waterloo is able to demonstrate to you that The universe of knowledge is so vast and wonderful that you will have access to this replenishing and ever-expanding feast for the rest of your days. The creativity you have shown to reach that point, your willingness to take risks, and your shared spirit of collaboration will continue to serve you well in the years to come as you continue to learn. And thirdly, I was going to use the word finally, but I decided not to use it after our honorary degree recipient said what it meant, but I will say it anyway. Just know that we are very, very proud of you. It's easy to forget, amid all this celebration, the true immensity of your achievements. You and your families have traveled the long, difficult road of university education. For some of you, it is the first time anyone in your family has done so. As you reflect on what has passed and look to all that is to come, I hope you grow increasingly proud of the very first decision you made, the decision to come here to the University of Waterloo. The attainment of your degree is as momentous for us as it is to you. And it is not something that we take lightly. Indeed, the University Senate approves each and every one of the degrees we gave out today. If you look at your diplomas, you will see 3 signatures. One is my signature, the other one is the dean's, and the third one is the registrar's. When we put our signatures there, we assure Senate that it is your degree and your degree alone, and it is your work, your hard work, your responsibility, but most of all was earned by your integrity. And that means a lot to us, to your professors, to this university. Integrity is our core value. We had high expectations of you. In your work, in your academic studies, and in your downtime, you have demonstrated Waterloo's culture of integrity. On behalf of your professors, I can honestly say that we take great pride in the successes and accomplishments of all of our students, and we congratulate you today. On behalf of more than 155,000 Waterloo alumni around the world, I say welcome to the club. After tomorrow's convocation ceremonies, this number will go up to over 160,000. At Waterloo, we like to say we are connected. I encourage you to stay connected to the friends you have found here and to the institution that you have called home for the past few years. It is our hope that when you look back on your time at the University of Waterloo, you can say, my future started here. Finally, graduates, I thank you on behalf of all my colleagues and the entire Waterloo community for spending 3, 4, 5, I hope it wasn't more than that, years of your lives here at the University of Waterloo. And all those parents, spouses, partners, friends, brothers, sisters who supported these students, who enabled them to be here to enjoy this day. Thank you very much for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, I declare this convocation ceremony adjourned.